Hello, okay, welcome back. This is number 4. What we're going to teach you now is super important. This is actually going to literally change your life if you do it. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, every generation has a Moses, literally a prophet of God, somebody who's infinitely beyond us. I could speak for hours and days and maybe weeks about the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and even then I wouldn't be scratching the surface, but the bottom line is, go study, find out more. I don't want to take time now to describe who he was, but suffice it to say that he would receive more mail than the President of the United States and personally reply to that. This eyewitness account, he took everyone very seriously. He would literally he had like 5 rabbi secretaries around him, and he would be dictating a reply, he'd be writing with both hands, he'd be listening at the same time. So we're talking about something of an extraordinary kind of godly ability. And so people requested him because obviously he had the advice of God. And that's really why people went to prophets, etc., because if you can get God's advice, go for it. Well, here's the scoop. The Rebbe was preparing us for the time that he physically wouldn't be here. And he told us exactly what we need to do. And one of the things that he told us is, when you want advice, literally at the same level of coming from the Rebbe, I actually discovered this kind of very simple but amazing idea today. Everything is really God, but God is concealed. So the only question is, to what extent is he revealed? And there are 3 layers. The first layer, the highest layer, is total revelation. The next layer is somewhat revealed, somewhat concealed. And the next layer is completely concealed. So anything that's really evil is completely concealed. Anything that's not necessarily evil, but not necessarily good, I don't know, let's call it money. Now, we did about the positive of money, but most things in this world are neutral. They could be used for the good or used for the bad. So they're not necessarily good at this moment. If you use it for the good, it's good, but it's kind of in a neutral territory. Then there are those things that are clearly God. He says clearly, do this, that's his will. So God's advice is 100% God. And if you take this system, and those people that take the system, I have a brother who's very successful. I asked him once, Shmuley, how come you're so calm? He says, "Aseh lecha rav," create for yourself a rabbi, a mentor, a spiritual guide who's knowledgeable in Judaism, Jewish mysticism, v'stalik min hasafek, and have no more doubts. And that's the key. The key is you have to have a spiritual mentor from the realm of Jewish wisdom. Now, it doesn't mean that if you're a Gentile, you can't have that, because God's wisdom is for everybody. And God will come through. I have 2 pieces of advice. You're saying, okay, Rabbi, that's a great idea. Who's going to be my mentor? So first of all, I'm happy to give you some mentorship. Just write to me, hashemachad@protonmail.com. I'll be happy to answer you. And the second, this is very, very important, is go to Chabad.org. Ask the rabbi. They have about 40 rabbis and rebbitzins, female, kind of knowledgeable, kind of similar to like equivalent, answering people's questions as we speak right now. They've answered over 500,000 questions already. So you can get your questions answered by somebody schooled in Judaism, Jewish mysticism. And when you take them as your Mashpia, particularly if you tell them that you're going to be my mentor, then it is God's advice coming through. So let's do a little meditation to help us integrate this idea. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, breathe in God, and let go of resentment and anger and jealousy. And breathe in love, let go of hate and misery. And breathe in joy and let go of sadness and depression and loneliness. And just know that this world has 3 dimensions: the dimension of God and truth and goodness, the dimension of neutral energy, it's neither good nor bad, such as money, it's neutral. Most things in this world, they're neutral, they can be used for good or evil. And then there's evil, that which is actually bad. And so that which is truly good is truly good. That which is truly God is truly God. There is no if, ands, maybe, buts. In Judaism, we say Safek Bigamatria Malik. Doubt is the same equivalent as a Malik. The source, the negativity, demonic monster that wants us to not be certain. Well, I'm giving you an option of having an amazing life. All you need to do is ask a mentor. And I'm telling you, I've seen it myself. I have a mentor. It's not possible that he has the wisdom, I know him quite well, to always give me the right advice, but his advice is always right because God will come through. In fact, the first person that asked me to mentor them, I could just see clearly when he was asking me the first 3 times or so, like my brain was on another frequency. So use God's wisdom. Get a mentor. Just follow them as if God himself is giving you advice, and I guarantee you will not regret it. Thank you so much. We're going to come out of this meditation with a 3, 2, and a 1. Thank you.